Penguins fans' biggest fears have come true as a major loss to the Nashville Predators has brought up some questions about the team, some of the line changes, and if their hot start was really just that, a hot start. So in today's Penguins Digest video, we'll be covering that and more because the Penguins, over this month and the past couple weeks, they have not been as good as they started. And is that due to injury? Is that due to coaching? Is that due to line shuffling? We're going to get into that and more because after a bad loss to a Nashville Predators team who can't score, they're one of the worst teams in the league. That is a game the Penguins need to win. We're going to get into that and more on today's episode of Penguins Digest. My name is Nikash Ganguli. Hope everyone is having a great time whenever you guys are watching this. Maybe you're not having a great time because the Pittsburgh Penguins, they have not been so hot the past few games. But before we get into that, make sure you guys do, of course, subscribe to the channel. We are currently at 67.5% of viewers who are not subscribed. So if you are in that large portion of viewers who are not subscribed to Penguins Digest, hit that subscribe button because things are getting a little toasty here with the Pittsburgh Penguins. A lot of stuff about, to me, Dan Muse's line changes, especially with the injuries. Kris Letang, a lot of people haven't loved his game so far this season. Artur Shilov's still playing good, but the Penguins, there's a lot of storylines we need to get into. So let's jump right into it, of course. So first things first, we do have to look at the game from yesterday afternoon. Kind of ended around 4:30, of course. The Penguins did end up losing to the Nashville Predators. They were up 1-0 for, basically the majority of the game. And then with about a minute and 10 seconds left in the third period, Filip Forsberg tied it up. And then Steven Stamkos, who has had an absolutely horrid season, scores 44 seconds into overtime. Just a terrible, terrible Penguins loss. The only silver lining was Artur Shilov's was very, very good in this game. Obviously, Malkin scoring was nice. I said in a video 2 days ago that we did need Malkin to score. But Artur Shilov's, again, put away 28 out of 30 shots. He was kind of the Penguins' only great player, in my opinion, if you watched. Obviously, when you lose a game 2-1, you let 30 shots against one of the worst offensive teams in the NHL. You just need to simply be better. And there was a quote from Crosby on Shilov's. He made some big saves. They had some quality chances. He was really steady, strong throughout the whole night. You said the goalie was outstanding and the biggest reason the Penguins got a point. But if you're telling me that we're looking at a point as a silver lining against the Nashville Predators, and you're supposed to be a team that's supposed to, be fighting for a playoff spot, that is a terrible way to look at it. And the Penguins, to me, needed to get 4 points. Again, maybe they win in tomorrow's game and everything is fine. You get 3 out of 4 points in Sweden. But against a Nashville team that is not very good, I feel like you were gift wrapped a couple points here. And then the fact that you cough up the lead with a minute and 10 seconds left in the game, and then you lose almost immediately, I think it just leaves a sour taste in a lot of people's mouths, of course. So another thing I wanted to mention, the Penguins only had 17 shots against a Nashville team. That's the thing I'm going to keep hammering home. This Nashville team is not good. The Penguins have been decent offensively, especially finishing-wise. Their power play and penalty kill has been solid, but maybe their even strength play does need work. I feel like if I'm just not happy with this loss. And stacked among other things, they just need to be better. 17 shots. They need to come out tomorrow and get a lot more shots because I think it's super frustrating if you're a fan who was watching this game Friday or if you're going to get up early tomorrow, 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time to watch the game and they put up another performance like this. It would be disappointing, but I'm also curious to see if Dan Muse does go to Miroshov tomorrow, despite Shilov's having a great game. Maybe just split the games in Sweden. You can get a lot of rest because the Penguins don't play again until Friday, so that's something to look at. But I'm going to bring up some posts from X that I saw. So this one is from Chell Penguins. The high of Dan Muse as a new coach is officially over. 1-4-1 in their last 6 games. Over that span, they blew a 3-0 third period lead, again, to the Toronto Maple Leafs, who are not good this season. A 2-1 third period lead, a 1-0 and a 1-0 third period lead. His move to put Kindle beside Crosby's failed. Kindle stopped producing. He's a center. And yes, I 100% agree with this. If you have watched the past few videos, I keep saying Ben Kindle should be the third line center because number one, he's been better as center throughout the season. And number two, Kevin Hayes is not that good. I don't think he's good enough to be a third line center. And he's also coming off injury. It just doesn't make sense to me to play a guy at third line center. I would even try him on the wing with Malkin and Manta because they're big. They're all like 6'6", 6'5", 6'7", whatever you want to say. And then put Koivunen up there. Put someone else up there with Crosby, because it's clear Kindle is not the answer there, of course. So, again, super interesting there. And then also, some more from Chell Penguins. After going 8-2-2 in October, the team is now 1-3-2 in November, and they are 0-4 when the game goes past regulation. So they have left 4 points on the board by not getting any shootout or overtime wins. I know Shilov's in the shootout has been a big question, but those are some wins you want to get in regulation, especially if they're going to push it. If they're going to keep coming back on you and all that stuff. The November just hasn't been that good for the Penguins, and I think also they are dealing with injuries with Jari and Raquel, especially. Raquel's a huge loss on that first line, but you shouldn't be giving up games like this. To me, it's not always a forward problem. The defense just needs to be a little bit better. If Shilov's going to stop all these pucks, you want to give him some support in any way you can, whether it's defensively or offensively, in my humble opinion. And I think another thing to look at also is just this line. Like this Russ Crosby Kindle line is terrible. No sustained offensive pressure. They're caught chasing most of the game. So now you have a brutal first and third line. Put Kindle back at 3C, Koivunen beside Sid. I'll be beating the Strum until they do it. Ben Kindle needs to go back to 3C. He's a natural center. It does not look the same on the wing, and it limits his capabilities. They do not have to plug their best depth piece beside Sid and Russ. Sid and Russ you put anybody there, and they should be okay. Give Koivunen some run. Give Tomasino some run. Give someone some run on that first line left wing that isn't Kindle. Because Kindle should be in that 3C, playing with guys like a Tommy Novak or someone like on that line. Again, a lot of injuries, it's hard to say, but just a frustrating time for the Penguins, in my opinion, of course. And then some more stuff. Last 10 days, blew a 3-0 lead to Toronto, lost from regulation. 3-0 lead to Washington, luckily they won. 1-0 lead with Nashville in their last game, lost in OT. 2-1 lead in the third period to the LA Kings, lost from regulation. Crazy bad stuff from the Penguins. Yeah, it hasn't been good for Pittsburgh, and it's super, super disappointing. Again, just looking at these kind of lines here, if it was me, here's what I would do. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. You move Kindle back to 3C. Kevin Hayes isn't even here anymore, so it seems like that fourth line is going to be that fourth line. You move up Koivunen, Kevin Hayes is there. I'm blind. Kevin Hayes on that 3C. I honestly think you can move Kevin Hayes up to second line left wing. That might be crazy. Move Koivunen up to first line left wing. Put Kindle down to third line center. And move Novak down. When you put that line back together, I think Novak, Kindle, Tomasino could be good. You can even put Kopanen up or and swap him with Tomasino. I think Hayes, Malkin, and Manta could bring back kind of what the that Brazeau line was doing when they were all together. Just huge bang and crash guys. Kindle could reinforce that third line, which has been bad without him. And then put Koivunen up there, because that was the original plan anyway when the game first started. And now Koivunen has some more reps in the NHL. He lit up the AHL, so he's too good for this. So put him with Crosby, and let's see what happens. Or just put anyone with Crosby. Put Dewar with Crosby. I don't know. Do something else. Do something else, in my opinion. So that's something. And then on the injury front, Rutger McGurty is back. He's going to be playing with the Wilkes-Barre Scranton Penguins. So hopefully, after he gets, a few games down there, maybe he'll be called up soon. I know everyone had him penciled in again on that first time with Crosby. And also, Joe Blomqvist has also been activated, so he's back. So the Penguins' goaltending depth gets a little bit deeper there. We're waiting for Jari to come back. We're waiting for Raquel to come back. We're waiting for Chari to come back, too. I mean, it's just a lot of stuff going on with the Penguins. But McGurty is some good news for the Penguins to be coming back. So that is nice. And, of course, despite all this, looking at the standings here, the Penguins are still in third, but the Islanders do have more regulation wins. They're tied with the Flyers for regulation wins, and the Rangers and the Blue Jackets, and they only have one more win than the Capitals. Again, I keep saying the standings, they're not that spread out right now because the season is so early. You can look at every division and be like, oh, if this team wins 2 games, they'll be first. And yeah, because there hasn't been enough games for the bad teams to be super bad and the good teams to really take off in those standings. So, let me know what you guys think about the Penguins line, especially with the Dan Muse, new coach bump wearing off. What should he do? And how can the Penguins, in Sweden, beat Nashville tomorrow and come back to Pittsburgh with 3 out of 4 points? Anyways, guys, let me know if you enjoyed the video. Enjoy the game tomorrow morning. Peace, and have a good one as always. Subscribe if you like the content. Peace.